1972, Reykjavik, Iceland. Bobby Fischer vs. Boris Spassky, America vs. Russia, the Cold War, played out on a chessboard. Spassky, with the white pieces, opens the game with d4. Fischer, with the black pieces, responds with knight to f6. Then we see c4 from Spassky and e6 from Mr. Fischer. Knight to f3 and then c5 by Bobby, giving Boris the opportunity to capture with the pawn. Mr. Spassky respectfully declines and pushes forward, attacking the pawn on e6, aiming to break black's structure. Bobby captures, Boris recaptures, and Bobby plays d6, supporting his remaining pawn. Knight to c3 by white, and Bobby responds with pawn to g6, opening a square for his bishop, since there's no real way out otherwise. Knight to d2 by Boris, a solid move, rerouting the knight, since there are no good squares left on that side. Knight to d7 by Fischer, and Boris plays e4, taking over the center, supporting his pawn, and opening diagonals for future attacks. Bobby develops his bishop to g7, bishop to e2, and both players castle. So far, so good. The opening phase is complete, and white holds a slight positional advantage, evaluated at plus 0.6. Rook to e8 by Bobby, and queen to c2 by white. Then comes knight to h5, an interesting move. Boris could just take here, and of course, he does, leaving behind a lonely, undefended pawn. Boris continues with knight to c4, targeting the weak d6 pawn. Bobby defends with knight to e5, also offering a trade. But Mr. Spassky chooses not to exchange. Now, Bobby makes a surprising move, queen to h4, stepping up the pressure. Bishop to d2 by Boris. Then knight to g4 from Mr. Fischer, threatening a mate in one. And it looks like Mr. Spassky didn't see it coming. He plays a3. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.
Psych!
Of course, Boris saw it coming and immediately trades off the knight. Bishop to f4 by Spassky, going after the pawn again. Queen to f6, defending it and attacking the bishop. g3 from Mr. Spassky. Bishop to d7, and a4 from white. b6, strengthening black's queenside pawns. Rook to e1, and then pawn to a6. A top engine move by the way. Rook to e2, and pawn to b5, gaining space. Boris doesn't have a great response. Instead, we see rook to e1 again from Boris. Queen to g6, pawn to b3. Rook to e7, and white's queen to d3. Rook to b8. White now takes the pawn. Bobby recaptures, opening the a file. b4 by white. c4, attacking the queen. White retreats. The job is done on the queen side, so Bobby doubles his rooks there. Rook to e3 by Boris. Then h5 by Bobby. Rook back to e2. Bobby shifts his king to the side. Boris once again plays rook to e3. Bobby moves his king back. What's going on here? Will this end in a draw? Rook to e2 again. But Bobby doesn't hesitate, he goes for the knight. After the trade, he also captures the pawn. Now both sides begin trading rooks. Bishop to h6. This would be checkmate in one. Bobby responds with queen to g6, and Boris retreats with the bishop. Queen to b1, pinning it to the king. King to f1. Bishop to f5, entering the game. The white king starts taking a little walk. Queen to e4, check. White offers a queen trade. Bobby declines. Boris tries again. Bobby plays queen to b3, and after queen to d4, Bobby checks once more, forcing Boris to resign, and sealing victory in this intense battle. Now go and subscribe here. Immediately.